I know that so many of us right now are dealing with unusually high levels of anxiety, stress, other uncomfortable emotions, and a lot of negative thoughts or maybe even intrusive thoughts. And with everything going on in the world right now, honestly, I don't blame you. I've been dealing with it as well. Now, what I was doing to try and relieve myself of this anxiety and negative thinking was all of this work to shift my energy, to shift these feelings, to try and change my negative thoughts into positive thoughts. And kind of makes sense, right? But for me, the anxiety only got more intense the more I tried to shift it. The negative thoughts only got more intrusive the more I tried to change them. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would the intensity increase? But it wasn't until I understood the way the brain is wired and exactly what the brain is doing that allowed me to escape that downward spiral of negative thinking and anxiety. And I want to share with you exactly how this works so that you can also break that pattern and really create a life that you love. Now, our brain, the first thing to understand about it is that it only understands our actions and our behaviors. It doesn't understand language. And you can prove this to yourself. Try and tell your brain to stop having negative thoughts. Falls on deaf ears, right? It doesn't understand language. It only understands your actions and your behaviors. Many of us are very unconscious when it comes to our behavior. We're not aware of the actions that we're taking day to day, so we get a very mixed bag of results when it comes to our life. But when we're trying to relieve anxiety, for example, like let's say I feel anxious, and a way to quickly relieve it is to pull out my phone and scroll social media. So I pull out my phone, I get that dopamine hit, I get that short-term relief, and then my brain thinks, oh, he likes the anxiety because then he's able to get short-term relief from it and scroll social media. And so the more we keep doing that and keep looping that way, the more and more our brain thinks that that's what we want to be doing. But how many of us really want to be mindlessly scrolling social media all the time? How many of us really want to be soothing anxiety? That's not what we came here to do, but our brain doesn't know the difference because it is what we're doing. So what we want to do instead, if we want to actually break the pattern of the anxiety just getting more and more intense and the negative thoughts getting more and more intrusive, is we want to get clear on what we want in life. That's step number one. What are our values? What areas of our life do we want to grow and nurture and take care of? So let's say, for example, you've always wanted to start a business, but you've had the negative thoughts saying you can't do it. You have all that self-doubt. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. And then, of course, you have the uncomfortable feeling. You have the fear. You have the anxiety around taking that first step. Well, if it's valuable to you at your core level, that's why we call them core values, then you want to take that step and understand that you're probably going to feel anxious and you're probably going to have negative thoughts when you first take that step. That's because you've been avoiding starting your business maybe your whole life. So your brain thinks they must be avoiding the business because the business is dangerous. So the brain sets up a cage, a prison, if you will, of anxiety and negative thoughts to prevent you from going towards the danger, which is your business, which isn't actually a danger. It's something deep down that you want. But due to your action and behavior of showing that you don't want that because you're not acting on it, your brain thinks it's something dangerous. How amazing is this? So when we try to fix our anxiety, the reason why it gets more intense is because our brain thinks that's what we like doing. If we're spending all day getting uncomfortable feelings, then taking action to get short-term relief, like scrolling social media or going and having drinks or whatever it may be to get rid of that uneasy feeling, that anxiety comes back tenfold. So instead of messing around with the anxiety, let the anxiety be there. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling anxiety. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling uncomfortable. What you want to do instead is move forward with the actions that are supportive of the life you want to build with the anxiety, with the negative thoughts. Yes, your mind is going to try and get you out of it because that's your brain trying to keep you safe. Yes, it's going to make you feel like you're not worthy. That's your brain trying to keep you safe. You have to see this. You have to do it anyway. Then over time, and this doesn't have to take a lot of time at all, your brain will actually start to support you in building the life that you want. It'll actually support you in actions and behaviors that help you nurture and support the values in your life. It's really awesome when you and your values and what's important to you and your brain are on the same page, because your brain really is your best friend. It's supporting you in what you take action on. So take action on the things that give your life meaning. Now, I broke down exactly how this works and how I've used this to break so many emotionally addictive patterns in my own life, how I've learned to really prioritize the things that are valuable, how I've gained so much presence and so much time back to do all of the different things I love. So I actually put it together in a PDF. It's called Retrain Your Brain. I'd love to give it to you for free. Just send me a message if you want it. It breaks this process down in a lot greater detail. And if you're someone who would like personalized help, I can show you exactly how you can bring this into your own life. This retrain your brain methodology can help you break the addictive patterns. It can help you get out of that negative loop of constant overthinking, negative thoughts, uncomfortable feelings, and then taking actions that actually aren't very aligned with you. I'd love to help you out with that if that's something you're interested in. And stay tuned, because I'm going to be sharing a lot more about how you can reprogram yourself to truly create a life that you love. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys very soon.